Hello, everyone. This is the Insert Title Show, and I'm your host, Wolf Strife. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about Lara Croft Go. This game came out in 2015 for the Android phone, the iPhone, Windows, and the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita. I ended up getting it for the PlayStation 4 mainly because when I got my PlayStation 4 and signed into my old account and stuff, and then went on, I guess it was like Sony's marketplace or whatever, basically the PlayStation Store, they gave me $10 for free. So that was kind of cool. And the game cost $9.99. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll spend that money on this game, and I'm glad I did. It turned out to be a really, really fun game. And I mean, hell, I enjoyed it on the PlayStation 4. I can only imagine how awesome this game would be on a phone. I mean, this has got to be a really, really good mobile game. So if you want to get it for your phone or whatever, that's perfectly fine. But yeah, it's a really good game. The gameplay is pretty unique. It's basically termed as a turn-based puzzle game. And if you're like me, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? But basically, you can move Lara Croft one step at a time. Like there are these tiles on the floor and stuff, and you can only move one tile at a time. It's a lot more interesting than it sounds, trust me. And the game starts off pretty easy, so you'll get the hang of it before the puzzles and stuff gets really complicated. But yeah, basically you move one tile at a time, and then eventually they'll put some kind of puzzle or obstacle in front of you that you have to figure out. Like there's a lever over here, and you have to get past a giant snake or a giant spider or like this crazy Komodo dragon giant salamander thing that's going to try and kill you. And sometimes there'll be like cracks in the floor and stuff, so you can only step on that once. And if you step on it again, you fall to your death. So yeah, it's very interesting and it's very well done. I really like what Square Enix Montreal did with this game. I mean, this game was made by a small team over there at Square Enix, so they did a really good job. In fact, they did another game called Hitman Go, and that was like their first in their Go series, I guess. Then after that game was pretty successful and stuff, they were like, hey, we've got to do a Tomb Raider game. And that's why they came out with Lara Croft Go. I think since Lara Croft Go, they did a Deus Ex Go or whatever. So yeah, they're still doing these kind of games. But yeah, I think this game really works because of the art style. And I mean, the gameplay is really, really cool with this kind of setting, you're basically in a cavern throughout the entire game, so it's really, really cool. And the puzzles, I think, work very well with the setting and stuff. But yeah, the graphics are kind of cool. I like the art style. The music is interesting, very dreamlike. Yeah, it's kind of odd, but it works with the game very well. The sound effects are pretty good. They definitely made it sound Tomb Raider-ish. Hell, I think even Lara Croft's grunts and noises that she makes definitely sounds like Keely Hawes in the game. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And there is some action to the game. It's not all just puzzles and stuff. Like how you kill the creatures and stuff is pretty cool. Usually, like you can have Lara Croft do like I don't know, like a midair somersault and shoot the giant snakes and stuff while you're hopping over them and stuff. So it's really, really cool and very Tomb Raider-esque. And it's just a good game. I really enjoyed it. It's something different, which I like. I'm starting to get pretty tired with the average video game, so it's kind of nice just having something new to play. And especially something Tomb Raider, because I've been a huge Tomb Raider fan ever since, I don't know, I guess it was 1996 when I played the first one. And I like what Square Enix is doing. They're kind of mixing it up like with the other Lara Croft games, like the Guardian of Light and the Temple of Osiris. Yeah, I just like how they're mixing it up, changing it up gameplay wise, and makes it a lot funner for me to play the series, because that was my biggest problem with the Uncharted games is every Uncharted game is virtually the exact same game, gameplay wise, There's not really a huge difference between Uncharted Drake's Fortune and Uncharted for A Thief's End. You know, there's just not too much variety and stuff, and I'm really enjoying these Lara Croft games because, you know, they're different. There's something new to play. Now, Lara Croft Go is very different from basically any other Tomb Raider game. It's a turn-based puzzle game, so yeah, it's very different, but it still has the sound, the feel, and the fun of a Tomb Raider game, and I like it a lot. It's a really good game. So if you want to check it out, I would definitely recommend it to you. If you are a Lara Croft fan or a Tomb Raider fan, or, you know, if you're just looking to play something different that's pretty fun, then I would definitely recommend this to you. Now, the game is kind of hard. I mean, it starts off easy enough, but it gets pretty hard pretty fast. And it doesn't help that you're being chased by a giant, I don't even know what it was, like a giant serpent thing called the Queen of Venom. Yeah, she's basically chasing you through most of the game. Kind of like Nemesis in Resident Evil 3, sort of, but maybe not as hands-on. But yeah, it's kind of crazy being chased by a giant snake goddess thing. But yeah, I mean, the game isn't too hard if you are, you know, able to figure out puzzles okay, and I'm definitely not an expert at puzzle games. I usually think those kind of games are boring and gay, but not this one. This one was pretty damn fun. There are 2 bonus adventures after you beat the main game that you can play. I guess they were like free DLC or whatever. And they're pretty fun too. They are very hard. Like the first one is, I think it was the Cave of Fire or something. That one was super fucking hard. Just the puzzles and having to deal with all the creatures and stuff was just a major pain in the ass. I mean, on one night, I was stuck on one of the puzzles for like 40 fucking minutes. I mean, it was tough as hell trying to get through that one. But I eventually got through it and finished it off. But the other adventure is the Mirror of Spirits, which is a pretty cool one. Not quite as hard as the Cave of Fire, but still pretty hard. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this game to you. It's fun, it's different, it looks cool, the music is interesting. I mean, it's just an overall a really good game. And if you are a Tomb Raider fan, definitely check this game out.